but I thought the guys did a really nice job of Shedeur and operating, the guys making plays. So, again, a ton to teach off.
There's a war brewing in Cleveland, and it has nothing to do with the scoreboard. Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the NFL stage and delivered a jaw-dropping debut. Poise, precision, and pure talent. But instead of being celebrated by the Browns coaching staff, he's being pushed out. Fans are stunned. Analysts are calling it career sabotage. And now, with rumors of a behind-the-scenes power struggle, Shedeur has done the unthinkable. He's reportedly asked for a trade before even getting his shot. Why is one of the league's brightest young quarterbacks being benched before he's even had a chance? Who really made the call to bring him to Cleveland? And is this about football or something much deeper? This story isn't just about a player. It's about pride, politics, and a ticking time bomb inside the Browns organization.
3 quarters that I look decent, and the Los Angeles Rams call the Browns so I can be their 3rd string quarterback. Because the Rams story right now is Matt Stafford got a bad back, and that is really concerning. And their backup quarterback, while a fine backup quarterback, has his own injury.
When Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field for his NFL preseason debut, nobody expected that. In just 3 quarters, playing with 3rd and 4th string guys, he looked like the real deal, calm under pressure, sharp with reads, and delivering accurate throws like he'd been here for years. Fans were buzzing instantly. Social media lit up, with clips of his performance going viral before the final whistle even blew. Analysts called it electric. Some fans said he looked better than the starters. Even rival fan bases took notice. And here's the part that gets people fired up. Shedeur did all of this without working with the first team offense. No chemistry with the starters. No top-tier protection. And still, he put points on the board and made play after play. From the outside looking in, it was clear Cleveland might have found a hidden gem. A young QB with confidence, presence, and undeniable upside.
What Kevin Stefanski did is actually par for the course. I know a lot of fans don't want to hear it. I know a lot of fans don't know about it, but I'm going to take y'all inside this block.
Fans were ready to rally. They wanted answers. Was he the future of the franchise? Could this be the guy to finally bring stability and swagger back to the Browns? But as the city lit up with excitement, someone inside the building wasn't celebrating. You'd think a young quarterback lighting it up would be met with praise, maybe even a little excitement from the coaching staff. But instead, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski kept it cold, borderline dismissive. In his press conference, Stefanski gave Shedeur a passing mention. No real praise. No recognition of what he pulled off with limited reps and backup teammates. Just a recycled line. There's still a lot to work on. That's when the whispers started. Was this just about Shedeur's performance? Or was something else going on? Because to most people's view, he'd earned at least a shot to take reps with the first team. But behind the scenes, the vibe was different.
And I'm gonna do it. Super Bowl! Super Browns! Yeah! I think we might have...
Insiders began reporting tension brewing between Stefanski and Shedeur. Rumors spread that not everyone in the Browns organization was ready, even willing, to let him compete for the starting job. And then came the real kicker. Stefanski reportedly told staff that Shedeur isn't part of the long-term plan. Let that sink in. A rookie QB with a breakout debut, already being sidelined. Not for what he did wrong, but for who he is. And the deeper you look, the stranger it gets. Here's where the story takes a sharp left turn, and where fans started connecting dots. According to multiple reports, Shedeur Sanders wasn't Kevin Stefanski's pick. In fact, insiders claim Stefanski had little to no say in bringing Shedeur to Cleveland. Neither did general manager Andrew Berry. So, who made the call? Whispers inside the organization point to one name: team owner Jimmy Haslam.
You telling me what he can't do? Like my coach just said in college, hey, find something that he can do.
So you keep telling me what Shedeur can't do? Well, your job as a coach is to put players in position and find something that they can do.
It's been said that Haslam pushed for Shedeur, believing in his star power, his leadership, and his potential to revitalize a struggling franchise. But when a player comes in through the owner's door and not the coach's, that sets off all kinds of alarms. Suddenly, it's not just about talent. It's about ego, control, and turf. Sources close to the situation say Stefanski and Barry may have seen the move as an overstep, an outside decision being forced into their blueprint. And instead of welcoming Shedeur, it's possible they decided to keep him on the sidelines just to prove a point. Real development takes a back seat when front office politics are calling the shots. And for Shedeur Sanders, that's turning into a career-altering problem.
But I thought the guys did a really nice job of Shedeur and operating, the guys making plays. So, again, a ton to teach on.
After his breakout performance, most fans assumed Shedeur would be rewarded with increased reps, maybe some work with the first or second team. Instead, he was pushed further down the depth chart. Reports surfaced that Shedeur wasn't just missing meaningful reps, he was barely practicing at all. No first-team action, no progress evaluation, just buried, benched, ignored. That's when the frustration exploded. Shannon Sharpe, a longtime league voice who knows the game inside and out, didn't hold back. He openly called out Kevin Stefanski, accusing him of focusing too much on what Shedeur can't do instead of finding ways to use what he can. His words hit like a sledgehammer. Your job as a coach is to put players in position to win, not to hold their potential hostage. And Sharpe wasn't alone. Fans, commentators, even former players began asking the same question. Why is this kid getting shut out before he's even had a fair shot?
Wait a minute, but where's the can't coming from when we just saw him do it? I know it's a small sample size, it's 3/4 of football, but everything you said he can't do, he just did. Matter of fact, he just did what we already saw him do at Jackson State. He just did what we saw him do at Colorado. We just did, even though it's a small sample size. Unc, I played the game for a very long time.
The more people watched the tape, the more obvious it became. This wasn't about performance anymore. It was about egos, narratives, and maybe even making an example out of a player the coach never wanted. But here's the thing, Shedeur wasn't staying quiet. After weeks of being sidelined, overlooked, and publicly downplayed, Shedeur Sanders had enough. According to reports, Shedeur went straight to Brown's leadership and made it clear. He wants out. He's officially requested a trade. That news hit the NFL like a lightning bolt. A rookie quarterback with a breakout debut, already asking to leave the team that drafted him? That doesn't happen. Not unless something's seriously wrong behind the scenes. But here's the thing. Shedeur's not just acting out. His request isn't reckless. It's a message. He's not going to sit quietly while his development is stalled by power plays and cold shoulders. He knows what he brings to the table, and he refuses to waste his talent waiting for a coach's approval. Fans rallied behind him instantly. They saw a player standing up for his career, refusing to be another victim of locker room politics. And with other teams watching closely, including ones in desperate need of a quarterback, the buzz around his next move was instant. The Browns, they were caught off guard. The NFL completely put on notice. Because there was one team already dialing up Cleveland's front office. The moment Shedeur's trade request went public, one team jumped straight into the conversation. The Los Angeles Rams. And it's not hard to see why. With Matthew Stafford battling a nagging back injury and their backup quarterbacks dealing with their own struggles, the Rams are staring at a dangerous hole under center. They've got weapons. They've got a system. What they don't have is a healthy mobile QB who can extend plays and ignite their offense. Enter Shedeur Sanders. Rumors started swirling almost immediately. The Rams are reportedly interested, and not just as a depth piece. Sources say they see Shedeur as a legitimate future starter, someone who could thrive in Sean McVay's quarterback-friendly scheme and develop into a new face for LA. And let's be honest, this may be exactly what Shedeur needs. A fresh start. a supportive system, and a head coach known for building up quarterbacks, not breaking them down. If the Browns let him go, they're not just giving up on a backup. They're handing the Rams their next star. And if that happens, the fallout in Cleveland won't just be about football. It'll be about what they lost when they refused to let talent rise. What's happening in Cleveland isn't just a typical QB controversy. It's a warning shot to the entire NFL. A rookie quarterback showed poise, talent, and leadership, and instead of being nurtured, he was silenced. Instead of reps, he got resistance. And now, the Browns stand on the verge of giving away a potential franchise cornerstone for nothing more than pride and politics. This is the reality young quarterbacks face in today's league. You can show up, deliver, win over fans, and still find yourself buried because you weren't the right pick. Or because someone in the building didn't stamp your name. And if Shedeur Sanders finds success elsewhere, especially on a team like the Rams, it won't just reflect badly on the Browns. It'll spark a deeper conversation. How many future stars are slipping through the cracks, not because they can't play, but because they landed in the wrong building? Teams love to talk about development, but development means nothing without opportunity. And Shedeur's story is proof that raw ability alone isn't enough if coaches aren't willing to set egos aside. This is bigger than one player. It's about how the league treats the next generation when it doesn't own their success. So now, the spotlight's on you. Do you think Shedeur Sanders is justified in wanting out of Cleveland? Did Kevin Stefanski and the Browns give up on him too fast? Or was Shedeur expecting too much too soon? And here's the big one. Is this situation about coaching decisions or personal agendas in the front office? If Shedeur does get traded, which team should take that shot? Would the Rams be the perfect fit? Or is there another franchise better positioned to unlock everything this kid has to offer? And if you're a Browns fan right now, what would hurt more? Losing a player like Shedeur, or watching him become a star somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everything. This story is far from over, and you better believe the NFL is watching, because whether Shedeur stays or goes, this situation just changed the game for every young QB fighting for a chance.